G'day everyone and welcome back to NS2HD. This is part 1 of a 2-part B162 public game played on Tram on my favourite server, which is Rada in Australia. And I'm bringing this game to you because it was really exciting and it's a first-person Marine game. I've been bringing you a lot of Commander View games, so I think it's time I brought you some more intense first-person games. So that's what this game is. It was very exciting. The Marine team was really cool. We had a lot of team players on the team, including a great commander. And so I'm going to bring it to you. It's 16 minutes long, 18 minutes long, I believe. So it's a nice tight game, and I'm going to break it into 2 parts. Not because I know I cannot, not because I don't know I can upload longer videos. It's because it's easier for me to commentate in 2 parts and upload in 2 parts. As usual, all my videos are sequenced with numbers, and I will add the links, so you should be able to find them fairly easily. These 2 skulks at the start of the game were my first taste of combat. Managed to kill one with my rifle, but my rifle being emptied the entire magazine in trying to kill them, and I should have taken that opportunity to reload, but I didn't, and he takes me down, and he deserved that. That was a good attack from those 2 skulks. He's then taken down around the corner by one of my teammates. So the commander has dropped an armory in the middle of the room, and that's our only structure at the moment. Having a bit of a sound bug early at the start of the game, but it does die off later, so don't worry about that. This armory placement is not ideal, but it's okay. There's nothing particularly wrong with it if it's just a casual public game, but it's better to place them up against the walls where skulks cannot use them as cover, because having the armory in the middle of the room eliminates lines of fire across the room, and you'll see right there, that skulk was behind the armory and I couldn't fire at the skulk. Now, the commander is very active on the microphone, and if you listen carefully, I do tone down the volume when I cast these games so that my voice comes out over the top, but the commander in this game was very active over the microphone, so if you listen carefully for him, he is really good to listen to. Right now, what I'm saying over the mic is, I have reached observation. He asked me to go to observation, and I'm just holding in observation until he drops the resource node. So there's an example of a basic team play in Natural Selection 2. You see it very often. It's very basic. A marine is sent by the commander to an area with a resource node where he will wait until the commander drops an extractor. So right now I'm building the extractor and watching. Note that I've positioned myself so I can see that door where that drifter came in. And I probably should have come off and shot that drifter. I believe it went into the vent, and I told the commander at the time it's gone into a drifter just went into that vent. I believe they've built a crag there, and later on a crag does in fact heal aliens in this area. So that was a crucial moment. So good crag placement by the alien commander, putting that crag in that vent. Here comes a skulk, no doubt told by his commander that the Marine team was putting up a resource node here, and I go down despite my commander dropping a med pack on me, so that was excellent work by my commander. I will tell you his name when I bring up the scoreboard, I just can't remember it at this moment. So I'm waiting to spawn. I'll no doubt run straight back to observation, but we have lost our armory. So what a game opening. This is intense. I've just ignored that because I can see the commander's jumped out. He'll be able to hold there. I'm going to go off and try and save this res node before I go back to Marine start and use the pistol. I probably could have killed him if my aim had been better, but it wasn't. Still got the sound bug. Sorry for that. It will disappear later on in this video. Finally killing that skulk, which is great, and I'll immediately charge back to Marine start. The reason I did that was because I wanted us to have the 2 res nodes. I knew the commander would want 2 res nodes for the base reconstruction, so that's why I did that. And when I came back, plenty of Marines in here to guard the base, but you've got to be careful about doing that. You don't want to leave the base undefended just after an attack like that. So now settling down, I'm going to ask the commander for new orders and see what he wants me to do next. And he just said, I want you to keep all this res alive. I think we've got double res, we've got observation res, and we've got Marine start res. I've let the commander know that we need a Mac over in observation to repair this power node. It is so important to give your commander eyes on the ground. He has the top-down view, but it's very easy to miss things in that top-down view. And when you have a bunch of Marines giving you tight, controlled information such as commander, power node in observation 30%, it draws their attention to it. They can send a Mac in if they've got a spare Mac, and it's just really useful as commander to have Marines who actually know what they're doing and are telling you what they see. Of course, if you don't know what you're doing, that's okay as well. Still get on the microphone and ask the commander. Say, hey, commander, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. What would you like me to do? And no doubt he'll say something like, oh, could you go to double res node in tram repair, or could you go to observation, just like this commander has done for me. And the new map, which I have failed to show you guys, and I will show you at some point, allows you to press the M key, I believe it is, the M key, to bring up that map and see where these rooms are. So the commander asks you to go to observation, you bring up your map with your M key, you can see observation, and you can also ask the commander for a waypoint. Getting a lucky kill on that Skulk, I think that's Sartori. I didn't really deserve that kill, someone else did, but hey, I ran in at the right time and got the kill. Commander saying there's a Skulk in double hitting the res, so I'm going to charge straight back to go there. I think at this moment I don't know what, I got slightly confused for some reason. I think because that corridor looks very much like this corridor. Well, not really. I don't know. I just got really confused for a second. Running in here just as the power goes out. So, flashlights on, killing one lurk. Red emergency lighting comes on just as we enter the room. And now fighting this other lurk. Firing in bursts. Really, when you're fighting a lurk, your only option is to shoo the lurk off when you're armed with a rifle. It's very difficult to kill a lurk with a rifle. When I came in, that lurk must have been damaged earlier. And that's why I was able to kill it. If the lurk is moving, the best thing that you can do with a rifle is just shoot it away. Fire in bursts, force that lurk to retreat, and really you need shotguns to reliably kill lurks. Just flying around the vent space underneath tram here. I have never really shown you guys this area, and I wanted to show you guys that area, but I ran out of spectator time there, and I think I'll fly through that in another game. That's a very cool room. It's sort of a side alleyway. If you haven't seen it, take the time to explore it. It just gives you an idea of how much depth there is in these tram games. Going down to a Skulk supported by a lurk just outside Marine Start, so we have well and truly lost double res node, I believe. And that's no good, because that was really useful having all that res. Xerus is the name of the commander, I believe. I'm quite sure that Xerus is the commander. You can hear over the microphone now, being an excellent commander. So much communication. Communication really is key. Oh, some of those crucial bullets. I believe I could have killed that lurk, I think, but blocked off by the railing there. Chasing the lurk, trying to find... There it is. Firing again. Oh, I don't think we'll be able to kill this. You really need shotguns to engage lurks. Lurks will die quite easily to a shotgun, but to a rifle, not really. We don't have shotguns at the moment. Xerus didn't research shotguns very early in this game. We spent a lot of team res, I believe, on pushing out with extractors. So taking double res and taking observation very early instead of buying shotguns, and that's okay. It's a perfectly legitimate tactic. It just means that Marines are slightly more vulnerable to early lifeform aliens, and especially lifeform aliens, late lifeform aliens such as Fades, where you absolutely must have shotguns. What am I doing? I believe I'm running back. I think Xerus just told me that observation was under attack. I sure hope I'm getting the commander's name right. I'm so sorry if I'm not and you're watching this game. I believe the commander just said observation under attack. No, he's given me a waypoint. Note that the waypoints dart in between path points, and I'm holding at the door there for just a second and then running into where my waypoint is, where the commander has said there's a gorge in operations, and I've run up here and killed one Hydra. I've only got 10 rounds left. I'm requesting ammunition over the microphone. You can also request ammunition using your C key, which will bring up a menu which shows you lots of different things you can say, such as taunt, which is pretty cool, and you can call yourself a good NS2 player when you know what those taunts are, and I won't say any more. Engaging a Skulk with my pistol as I am out of ammunition, and now switching to the switch axe in front of this new spotlight here, which came in, I think, in about build 161. This is not good for me, though. It is possible to kill Skulks with the switch axe, but you need to be quite lucky or very, very skilled, and unfortunately there I did not have luck or skill, and so I went down to that Skulk, and I'll spawn in again soon. And just crucially, I noticed there was a fade, and the power just went out in Tram Hub. Now this brings part 1 to an end. I will bring you part 2 very, very soon. Thank you for watching, everyone.